Yo, what's happening, y'all? In this episode of the Carolina Chuck podcast, I'm going to be talking to my buddy Josh Cox. He's the front man in the hottest North Country band on the scene. He, Kyle, Brian, and Dave make up Josh Cox and the Rattlesnakes, and they're playing all over the North Country, selling out shows, venues, small and large. These boys got the sound and the look to take it as far as they want to take it. And when my man Josh ain't on stage, he's out recruiting for the New York State Police. So we're going to sit down and talk about what it takes to be a New York State police officer and double as a rock star. So y'all check us out. Be good. Peace out. Let me get a little mic check from you. Say something.
Check 1, 2. Worked all week.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Oh, boy.
So you started already?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. See, like I said, I try to get this thing rolling before we, like, I don't like to do the whole introduction thing anymore. I try to just talk and roll with it. So, I just saw that you're opening for Justin Moore.
Yeah, just announced today, finally.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, craziness.
That's amazing. Yeah. Dude, I'm a huge Justin Moore fan. I used to, I'd put it on. That was my Pandora channel back in the day when I was working. It was Justin Moore. I love everything Justin Moore.
Yeah, he was just here a couple of years ago on at Mountain Fest.
Yeah, he played Mountain Fest. I was like, freaking.
Yeah, I worked as a trooper. I got to work the concert.
Really?
Yeah, so I was there. So I kind of got to watch as I was working and listen. So it's pretty cool for him to come back.
That is kind of neat. I remember when I was actually here when he came, and I was freaking mad. I missed it. I was like, God dang, a free concert right down the road? Are you kidding me? But so the Cowboy Taylor, is that the name of the other band?
Yeah, I've never heard of them. I just know, I think they're from like the Syracuse area.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure, but I had just saw that. But I'll have to look into them because I've never really heard of them before.
Yeah, I saw that because they were supposed to open up with you that DPAO concert y'all did in the smaller venue.
Right. Oh, okay.
Remember?
Yeah, I've never heard. I remember them saying something about it, but I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I mean, they look cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It looks like a good time, so I guess I'm going to check them out,
See
too.
what happens.
YouTube him or something, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So by the time this one's going to come on, also, it's going to be a couple weeks, so the block party will be coming around. Yeah. That's cool. I think y'all should have been doing that a long time ago.
Yeah. So they had asked us to do it the 1 year. We pretty much said we're in, but we were waiting for Turning Stone to get our first in there. Just so happened the day of the block party. Yeah. Like this was a couple months in advance, but Turning Stone finally reached out and said, hey, you got an opportunity. It's on this date. It was the same date. So we had to take it. We knew there'd be more block parties. Yeah. We had to take advantage of the opportunity. Quince and all them were super cool about it. Like, we'll get someone else. Yeah. So it's been a long time coming to be able to get back and to do one.
Heck yeah. I mean, Turning Stone's been good to you. Oh, yeah. You know?
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see the show in May, but you know we had some wild stuff going on. My dad got sick.
It happens, yeah. It's world hits you quick for sure.
Yeah.
Life hits you quick for sure.
Yeah, heck yeah. So how'd you play tonight?
Nah, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm decent at a lot of things. Golf is just not, and that's why I joined the league. I've played softball, baseball, softball for years. Golf's something different, and it's definitely something you got to play a lot of. You ain't gonna just show up and play. I mean, some people do. That's not me, but we're getting there.
Usually, my first game of the season is okay, and then it just gets worse.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, but every time I see you, you sell me another hat. That's my color right there.
Oh, this hat?
Yeah.
I always try to change it up. I'm out actually. We just played an event down in Jordan, New York, at Kegs. We opened. For these local artists, and hats were gone quick. Like if I had 100 hats, I probably could have sold 100 hats. So I'm out. I got to put a new order in pretty soon because we need more.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna need some more. I mean, you're getting pretty popular, dude. Yeah. There was I told a couple people I was coming to talk to you tonight, and then the conversation was like, "Hey, it's that hot trooper that sings songs." I was like, "Oh man."
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I was like, man, dang.
Yeah.
But dude, so what's up with the recording now? We were talking about that last time.
Yeah, so like I said, we're working on it. It's weird. Right after we had met, I had told the guys like, hey, we got to get this rolling. And they made a good point. Had we had recorded that song a year ago, it wouldn't be what it is now. It's like the more we play it, we get a feel for it. We tune stuff up. It's easy to sit down and write a song. and then just play it, and it could be on the radio. But if we want to get it to where we want it, now I think we're there. So now we can get that rolling. My plan is to get it on the radio before the Justin Moore comes, so that everybody would be familiar with it. We play it out now, and people dance and have a good time to it. But the more you hear it, the more you know the lyrics and you can sing too. So
it's something Bruce Lee said about practicing one kick 10,000 times or something like that.
For sure.
But that's it. I mean, you guys are gigging. You've been playing big ones. You're playing very small ones. You've been playing huge ones. You know, so you're getting that 10,000 hours in for sure.
For sure.
Y'all are gonna be something else.
Even just a few weeks ago, Bayer did a little something different on the guitar with it, and I'm like, yo, I like that. So it's like, had we had already recorded it, now you have to go back through. So patience, I think is gonna pay off for sure.
And out of curiosity, I know that you're playing a lot more gigs. Are you doing anything for your voice? Because you sound exactly the same as the first time I ever talked to you.
The biggest is just watching it back. I love when people send videos. We try to record when we can, and just hearing it back and knowing people think it's just like there's some work to it. When to take a breath. Maybe you need to take a deeper breath. Maybe you need to rest a little bit, and even what songs you play in which order. If you pick 3 or 4 bangers in a row, it can really strain your voice versus throwing in a couple slow songs. We don't like to do the slow songs because it kind of takes away that energy. We like high energy. But every now and then you gotta change it up and make it. But I don't do any training or anything. I just try to let it rest if I'm not gigging, and then just try to get better every time. Watch videos, listen to music, listen to videos, and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, y'all play it with high energy music. You're playing with freaking rock stars too. I mean, you're in a rock and roll band playing country music. That's pretty awesome.
100%. Yeah.
But look, so we didn't really dive into it much last time. As a matter of fact, this is going to be a whole new interview anyway, so we'll dive back into different things. So you're a state trooper.
Yeah.
State trooper.
Yeah. Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you do recruiting.
Yeah, so I took over recruitment. It's been about a year and a half now. I worked the road for 8 years. This opportunity came up, and it was something I'm passionate about. So I put in for it and got it, and I love it. When they say get a job that you can go to work every day and say that you love your job, like, I'm all about it. I go to schools, career fairs, military bases, any large community event, I'm there, and pretty much just presenting the opportunity of what it takes to be a state trooper, some of the opportunities within the state police, and how you can join.
Well, I do know this. We had a state trooper here the other day, and he's driving a freaking Tesla Cybertruck.
Sure.
So I mean,
doing something right. Yeah, we're all. That's the thing. People think we're robots.
Yeah.
All law enforcement, not just New York State Police. We're all human beings. We're all normal people. We put our pants on the same way. We tie our shoes. It's just the job we chose. In this career, on this job now, we have people that were in the NFL that were, played Division I sports. One of my buddies worked for NASCAR prior to being a trooper. There's engineers, physical therapists that just didn't like what they were doing and said, hey, I want to do something different. I want a job with a pension, work 20 years, get out and do something different. So here we are. So everybody thinks we're robots. Like we have no life. That's all we do is, cop work. No, we're just normal people. We got families.
And speaking on state troopers, we're talking about how I got pulled over in Virginia.
Yeah.
Now, there are some state troopers that are, oh man, you got to look out for it. But I did get pulled over here because I somehow had my one of my lights off.
Sure.
Like I had my front lights on only or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
The guy pulled me over. I was horrified. I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't think I was speeding, but he was so freaking nice. He reached in and just cut my lights all the way on. Right. I was like, oh my God, but nicest thing that's ever happened.
Most of the time, it's just letting somebody know. I tell people, it's our job to prevent the problem before it happens. One of the last things you want to do is go to an accident where someone's injured, getting flown out, have to do some type of death notification where someone's been killed in an accident. So it's our job to prevent those problems. So if you're speeding, you're on your cell phone, driving reckless, we're going to stop you. Yeah. Doesn't mean we're always going to write you a ticket, but there's got to be consequences for our actions. Right. Most of the time, we're going to have a normal conversation with you. Hey, how's it going? Where are you coming from? Blah, 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 blah. But we're just normal people. We're out there doing our job, and it's our job to keep people safe.
Yeah, and everyone that I've met up here was super nice. I mean, as far as law enforcement goes, and I'm talking about city cops and everything.
Yeah.
And but real quick, what does it take to be a state trooper?
So state police, as of now,
State police.
you can take the test. Yeah, 20 years old, you can take the test. High school diploma, GED, U.S. citizen. To accept the position, you got to be 21 years old. All those things, but you also have to have 60 college credits as of now. So that's just shy of an associate's degree. They are now taking some life credits into consideration if you've had a previous job. Also military. If you're in the military, it waives 30 credits. Chances are, if you're in the military, courses and things you've done in the military are going to count for it. So from there, you take our test, you score well, you get invited to processing weekend. You got to pass a physical fitness test. 52% of people fail our physical fitness test. Push-ups, sit-ups, and a 1.5 mile run.
So what's the test exactly? I mean, is there like is it something is it like a basic test?
So yeah, they compare it to like an ASVAB test, like basic knowledge test. Trust me, I'm no test taker. I scored a 98.5, and that's the highest grade I've ever got ever. So, but no, when you sign up, they're going to send you a practice exam.
Okay.
They're going to send you some study material just to give you an idea. There's some practice tests, so you have an idea. I think there's some portions that are timed. We're always finding ways to make it better. So yeah, it's not rocket science for sure. It's just.
But you still want somebody. You want to, make sure you get some.
Oh, you're getting people that want to apply themselves. Yeah, this job's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
Yeah, you take the test. You score well enough. We invite you to processing weekend. Push-ups, sit-ups, and 1.5 mile run. Something you've been doing since kindergarten. All our numbers are listed online. You're in control of that. That's one thing that you can control. You can't control your past, your background, where you came from, what you did, but you can control the physical fitness. So you get through the physical fitness and you have a clean background, you have a very good opportunity of becoming a state trooper. From there, you got to go to an academy, which is a whole nother, 6 months, but paid academy, $65,000 while you're at the academy.
What?
You're housed, your benefits kick in. You're learning what you're going to do for the next 20 years, and you're getting paid for it. And you're going to promise you're going to be in the best shape of your life. So, $65,000 when you're in the academy, you graduate, bumps up to about $98,000, they say, in total compensation. After a few years, you're making $100,000 base pay. That's overtime, that's base pay, not count any overtime. You can write your own paycheck. It is what you want to do. But yes, 20-year retirement, great pension. I'll be retired when I'm turning 44 years old. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. So it's a great opportunity for people that are, you don't have to be young and motivated, but maybe trying to figure out what they want to do. And now they're 30 years old and they're like, hey, I want to go be a state trooper. You can still retire by 50 years old. So there's some great opportunities within our organization. For sure. You trying to take the test?
No. I mean, I would, but I'm on a whole different plane right now. But sounds like you got an easy job, though.
Yeah, I mean,
because I'm convinced already, and we've just been talking for 5 minutes.
I mean, there's pros. Nowadays, you're battling with people want to work from home. People want to wake up with their pajamas on, sit in front of the computer. That's the most frequent question I get is, can I work from home? How are you serving and protecting from home? Now, there's certain positions, that you can become an investigator and you're sitting in a cubicle or you're at an office or something, but there ain't no working from home when you're, first responder is first responder, whether you're dispatch, fire department, EMS, police, you're going. We're running into places that people are running from. You got to be ready to go. So it isn't. Some people just aren't motivated. They say you got to be built different. It just depends on the person you are.
Goodness gracious,
what you want to do. Yeah,
that sounds like a freaking great time. Yeah. I should have I
think so.
If I could do it all over again.
For sure.
I mean, what happened to me is I was planning on being a police officer, and I was going to the military, and then I got my high school sweetheart pregnant, and right at the end of school, and just went to work and started selling cars.
Yeah. and that's the thing. A lot of people now, they don't have college. We require 60 college credits. I have different views on that. Just in my personal opinion, this has nothing. 60 college credits doesn't mean you can't be a good state trooper. And there's now ways to get these credits without having to go into college. College now is expensive.
Right.
Let's say you have a kid, or you don't want these student loans. It's tough. to not go to college, but then still end up with a career like this. So there's opportunities. If people are interested, they can get a hold of me and I can explain all that. But yeah, it's tough. That's
We'll
one of the
put
things.
something up on here too.
Yeah, for sure.
With your info and stuff.
I can give phone number, website, whatever's needed.
And you can still become a rock star too.
Yeah. That's another thing. I haven't even hit you with that. 6 months out of the year is what we work. With our schedule, in a 2-week period, we work 5 days 1 week, 2 days the next week. So 12-hour shifts, 5 1 week, 2 the next week. 7 days and 14 days out of 14 days. Like, there's a ton of time off. There's a bunch of people like, you like your time off. This is the job to do. I know. I mean, you're silly.
What?
You're silly not to, yeah. So about 6 months, and that's not even counting. You're gonna take vacation time. Your kids are gonna be sick. You're gonna take days off and all that stuff. But yeah, 6 months out of the year is what we schedule to work. So there's a lot of.
I'm hanging it up.
Yeah. No,
that's awesome, dude. That's a really cool gig. But I mean, it is extreme, like, because it ain't like you said. You prevent accidents, but you respond to accidents, and you're gonna see some stuff. Like my dad was chief of police when I was born, and it's not a state trooper, but he had to respond to things, and he was a police officer for a very long time. Yeah. And you see some graphic stuff that'll change you.
If it was easy, everybody would do it. It takes the right person.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to work, you're willing to learn and stay motivated. Most importantly, it's a great career. I mean, it's one of those careers you can go home every day and look at yourself and be like, I made a difference today for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because, some of those accidents and stuff, holy crap.
Yeah.
But then you prevent another one, so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we do not just accident, vehicle stuff, domestic calls, pet larcenies, you name it. Everything would be in the law, New York State, we handle. So, that's let me back up. The best part about this job to me is every day is different. There's no day that's the same day. I'm not going into an office and doing the same thing over and over. I'm not going into a school and teaching the same thing over and over. With that being said, we need our teachers, and there's no way I can do that job. And thankfully, there's people out there that still want to teach. But this job is different every single day. There's no day that's the same day. You can go into work and say, hey, I'm going to go sit over on 781 and look for speeders. And at any given time, your day could be flipped upside down. You can be running all over the place. So for me, that's the good part. You don't get bored when you're doing something different every single day.
No, that's exciting. That's kind of... You ever seen the show Longmire?
No.
You need to check it out. It's about this freaking sheriff out in Montana. It's like a modern day kind of Western, but it's a great show on Netflix. And I was like, man, that'd be a cool gig. He just goes and solves little simple problems all around town. It's always different. Yeah. And they do a pretty good job keeping like the plot and everything going. But I mean, it's a really cool job being in law enforcement for sure, and something different.
Right.
But you get to be a rock star.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So let's get back to that, dude. So when is the block party?
So the block party, I believe, don't quote me, June 28th. It's a Friday.
I saw that. Yeah.
Right out here at Public Square. So it's June 28th. When We Were 30 are going to be playing with us, a few other acts. So yeah, it's going to. I'm pretty sure June 28th. Everything's on our social media page.
Yeah.
Josh Cox and the Rattlesnakes. Facebook and Instagram. We usually post everything. At least one of us will get on there and post everything that's going on in our upcoming events. So
yeah, y'all are pretty good about that. Yeah. I see it like 5 or 6, 7 times.
Yeah. Literally today, between yesterday and today, all these events that we're headlining posted at the same time. So it's like the feed is just full. But that's good. We're busy. It gives people an option. If they're local here in Watertown, they can stay here and watch. We're playing in Clayton. There's a music festival there. Playing in Sackett Harbor for the Can-Am Fest. We're playing the Brew Fest. We're playing all over the place. So there's a ton of opportunities for people if they can't travel to come.
Didn't you play the Brew Fest last year?
Yep, we did that.
How was that?
That's a good time. It's cool. 2 different stages. So there's music always going. As soon as one as soon as one completes their set, the other one starts right up. So
really.
You can't beat it. It's just nonstop music.
I want to check that out.
Food vendors, and it's a good time.
So, and then when is Justin Moore?
August 1st. So it's a Thursday. So August 1st, I think doors open at 4. The first band goes on at 6. So I'm assuming we'll probably be around 7. And then once we're finished, Justin Moore will come put on a show. So, yeah.
Man, you about to put it on the hometown, ain't you?
Yes. We're looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, this summer is off the chain.
Yeah, it's going to be wild, yeah.
So, what about any kind of, are you talking any kind of record labels or anything? You want to talk about that?
I mean, everybody asks that. We're just having fun, really. I mean, these guys have been doing it for 20 plus years. I'm new to it. So I was wanting to play as much as I can. People don't understand there's a lot to it. There's a lot of work involved.
I'm sure.
You know, we all have careers, kids, families, you know, so it's a lot to balance. We're just having fun, you know, and that's, we made goals on what we wanted to do, where we wanted to play. We've reached these goals. Now we're gonna sit down and make new goals on what we want to do, original music, maybe reach out and get to some other venues, whether it's downstate or even in other states. So it's just, really, it's about having fun.
I mean, that's what I was kind of getting at. I was like, seems like you really just conquered everything you could do locally this summer. I mean, conquer is not the word, but the way I look at things in kind of a business kind of way. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everything escalated quickly. And then we're still getting tight. I mean, 2 years, but we really haven't been together for 2 years because it's on and off here and there. Most bands have been playing for 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's better. It's easier to get tight, but we're still growing. We'll go play a gig, and we're like, bro, that was a great time. Like, we're all smiling, having fun. Like, we're cleaning up. We've already been there for 2 hours setting up, playing for 3 or 4 hours, and we're tearing down. It's midnight, and we're like, that was a blast. Like, we're ready to do it again the next day. So until we're not having fun, we're just going to keep rolling.
I mean, because your popularity kind of just...
Sure.
But, so real quick, let's name the band members.
Yep. So there's Kyle on the drums, Brian Byer on the guitar, Bryant Pignon on the guitar, and David Lane on the bass.
And they've all got different bands too?
Yeah, so Dave doesn't. He fills in every now and then. He just likes to play. He'd play every day if he could. No, he's great. Yeah, so Kyle and Bryant are on Lake Effect Mud. They still do some stuff. Bryant does some stuff acoustic with some other people. And then Byer is with Doc Yukon, they play a bunch too. They've been together for, I think, 8 or 9 years. They're tight. They play out a lot. So, yeah, balancing everything and still fitting our gigs in is tough. Yeah. But it's good because now we're at a point, we're not just taking gigs to take them. We want to have a good time. We want to show people a good time. We want a lot of people, high energy. So we kind of pick and choose what we want to do.
Nice.
And still have fun with it.
So I know you told me last time, but so how did all this form?
So it was like Kyle had been getting me to try to come over and play. Actually, COVID is kind of, Kyle was doing these.
How long did you know you could sing is what I want to know.
I mean, if you ask me, I put some shower performances on, like, in the showers where I just, it's like a stress reliever, you're just singing. You drive around. I did a little bit in college. I was big into sports, wrestled, football,
I was in here
baseball.
singing before you came.
I think I heard you. Yeah, so I played sports. So you couldn't be in like select choir and sports. Yeah. I mean, you probably could, but it was hard to balance. So sports was my thing. Then I get to college, and there's like these karaoke contests, and you would do it, but you don't really think that you can sing. You're just up there having a good time. And then people would say, "You're good, you're good, you're good." So then it just kind of. One day I was like, whatever. Really what hit me is my son, my 6-year-old son was diagnosed with autism, and he's nonverbal. And I was at one of my buddy Tom Nitty's shows, and my other buddy Joe said, "Hey, get up there." And I'm like, "No, man, I'm good. Nitty blows me out of the water." And he's like, "Bro, get up there." And then he said, "If I could sing like you, I'd sing all the time." So I kind of hooked that with my son's situation. Like, who am I to not take advantage of something that people enjoy hearing? When here I have this 6-year-old that may never talk in his life. He's nonverbal. So that's what kind of motivated me. So I had this, I was like, hey, maybe I should do it. And then it just so happened everything fell into place. Kyle had called me and said, hey, you should come over and we should play around a little bit. And then he like challenged me to do a gig. And then I saw this lady had cancer, and I was like, hey, maybe I can raise some money for this lady. So So boom, we did a show. We raised like $5,000, and then people wanted more. And then from there, it just kind of took off. Then I was hooked. Like, all right.
So your buddy Tom,
Yep.
he went into a contest, right?
Yeah, so he went to The Voice. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah,
He's
he
top
was.
20, Team Reba.
Yeah, he ain't no joke.
Oh no, he's the man. He's the GOAT. In my eyes, he's the GOAT for sure.
Yeah.
He's very good. So, yeah.
I'm glad I get the exclusive on your story because I'm sure in the next 2 years you're gonna be off somewhere else.
No, it's like I said, it's just taking advantage of an opportunity, like things like that. Just someone saying something can kind of open your eyes, you know. And that's what this world's about, you know. I see you. You come here. You're not even from here, and you're all about taking advantage of an opportunity. That's what I try to preach to, you know, the younger generation is. Life's crazy, man. You don't know what's going to happen, and you got to take advantage of it. Take advantage of any opportunity that comes, and make the best of it for sure.
I mean, it takes a lot of self-belief, you know, because they went from people saying, "Oh, you're doing a good job," to "What are you doing all this for?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, I've had the pedal down the whole time. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Why haven't changed?
They don't
you know?
see what you're doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And that's what you know. People say you can just get up here and do that. Well, it helps me that my guys have been doing it for 20 years. So it's a lot less on me. But I'm like, you don't think I'm practicing in the shower?
Yeah.
Pointing and singing and dancing, you know?
Yeah.
Driving down the road with my kids. My kid, man, they poor kids. I'm gonna stop singing all the time. But there's work that goes into it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing's just handed to you. But again, taking advantage of an opportunity.
And you've put in a lot of time. I mean, I saw you at the first time I saw you was at the Adams Country Club, and I was like, man, this dude. I was, you know, like I said, I was going down there kind of skeptical. I was like, Cody was like, hey, let's go to see my buddy, because he was supposed to hang out with me, but he's like, all right, we're gonna go down here to see this Josh Cox and the Rattlesnakes. And I was like, that's a funny name. You know what I mean? Come on.
For sure.
So we go down there, and I wait in line forever to get some beers. And then I was like, man, this dude's jamming. I thought, I don't know if there was, you sing great, right? So you didn't fake your accent or anything. Like, I didn't know what to expect.
Right,
you know what I mean? So, and it was genuine. And I was like, man, this is great. I was all recording and everything. And we had did this radio commercial where I said that we've got so many trucks out here, it looks like the parking lot of a Morgan Wallen concert.
Right.
So the next month we were talking about local stuff, and I said, we got so many trucks out here the local people are buying, it looks like the parking lot of a Josh Cox and the Rattlesnakes concert.
Oh, yeah.
And I ain't even met you yet.
Right,
you know what I mean?
I met you right after at the gym.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna throw it out there,
No,
you know,
like
and because I was like impressed, you know, I was like, when I want to meet somebody, I'm gonna just be bold about it,
for
you know?
sure.
And dude, and that kind of just, you know, I got to do the fair thing for you, which I was nervous as heck. I was like, all right, I could do this. And then I'm up there with a mic with all these people. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Half the people, they ain't paying attention, or they've had one too many. They don't know what's
It was fun, and I will do it again.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure, absolutely.
And then I got a freaking shout out at the freaking Raleigh Green concert. I was like, that was pretty awesome. Yeah. And we've done several other things since then. And, it's good. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm glad to know you because I think we're kind of on the same.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Like when we see each other at the gym, I'm like, you know, we always stop, say hello, and like, all right, what's on the radar today?
Yeah,
I mean, you're a lot like
I told you about this thing a few months ago, and when I was doing it in my freaking dining room, and you came and helped me out, and now we're putting it on TV. You know, what the heck's next? You know, I'm already thinking about making a movie or something. You know what I mean?
I'll be in it.
Cause you know the guy Ernest P. Worrell, or he's like, you know what I mean? Ernest Saves Christmas and stuff. I had to show you. He got his start making commercials. This old kind of Southern guy, and he made these little funny movies, real low budget things. I'm like, man, I think I want to make a movie now. Sure. You know what I mean?
Do you remember when I got your number? You sent me that commercial, and I said, you should write down some of these words, and I could use them as lyrics.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. I got a pile I can send you.
Oh, for sure. Because that's what, I mean, that's how I do. I just write stuff down, ideas, like little words that come. And then eventually when you sit down, you just kind of throw it all together, and it's like, all right.
Yeah. I said mostly when I'm like cutting grass or something, I'm like, I put on some music. I can't hear the words, you know, but I'm like, oh yeah, I start making my own stuff up.
That's how it comes.
But yeah, dude, I mean, it's going to come out sounding kind of rappy, but It's sometimes I'm listening to Future or something.
I'm the same way. I don't listen to just country. A lot of times it's R&B or.
Yeah, you did say you had a, because that's kind of what, like, I don't know, like I get a little vibe with that when you're singing, and it's
So we do like Usher, we do a Mario song. Me and Kyle added acoustic, some Teddy. We did Lose Control. So we add that in there, but that's what I grew up listening to. I'm telling you, there's a woman around here, Emma Page. I don't know if you've heard her, but I need to get a hold of her, and we should link up for sure. She's very talented. She went to Watertown High as well. She used to do the musicals. I remember going and watching the musicals after I'd already graduated because she can sing. I just saw she does a lot around here, some acoustic stuff. She's got her own original music, but I need to reach out to her. And
that's why I can't wait for your original music, because I feel like it's going to be great. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've some like the Windy song we talked about. But, that stuff stays stuck in my head every once in a while. Every time the wind blows.
It's catchy for sure.
But like the way you sing and you're very good at writing too. Like your lyrics deep, and I mean, you're not just another pretty face. Right, you know what I mean?
I try.
Yeah, I think you got this, dude. But so we got Justin Moore Block Party. What's coming up towards the end of the summer then?
So Block Party, then we're in Clayton for the music festival. We're doing a gig at 3C Bowl. They're having someone come up. I don't know if they've announced it yet, but they're having someone come up from Nashville, upcoming artists. So we'll be there with them as well. So make sure you check.
He gets some big acts at 3C. Yeah. I've already talked about his thing on here with. I have Matt Clark, the black tie guy. He's a stand-up comedian. We were talking about the 3C.
Oh no, they do a great job. So we're there. We're at the Sackett's Can-Am Festival. We're playing at the Boatyard. It's a new venue out by the water. Where else are we? We're doing the Rensselaer Falls up north. Back at Turning Stone. That's the August 10th one I was telling you about. John Legend's playing there the same day, so I got to check him out. So kind of a 2-for-1 there. But and then, Spook Hill we're at later this month. We're going to do outside instead of packing everything inside. It's going to be an outside venue. The weather's beautiful already. So yeah, we're all over. There's something in the works for the theater there in Pulaski that they have venues at. So we're kind of all over the place.
And you got some new T-shirts coming out.
Yep, we're waiting to finalize the art, but we got some shirts coming out. Everybody likes the gear. We keep the hats going. But yeah, we got some shirts coming. Maybe some tank tops for the ladies. And
yeah, dude. I remember I was throwing out Honda T-shirts at the thing. Boy, everybody was like, "What is this?" I thought it was a Josh Cox T-shirt. Sure, yeah. I said, "Man, that's all I got." All you know what I mean?
Frankie got them out of the closet.
I had to beg him. He's like, "I'm taking this out of your check." Yeah. I'm kidding, but no, it was cool. But look, I appreciate you coming back in and hanging out with me, man. Yeah. Time flies, dude.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
We'll put this together and be on TV.
Awesome. Keep doing it.
And we're gonna got some more stuff cooked up. Get up this summer and try to get me in there with Justin Moore and meet that dude. I heard he's short.
Yeah, he'll make you look tall for sure.